Good evening, distinguished guests, principal, vice principal, parents, teachers, and fellow students. These past 2 years have been some of the most challenging of our lives, and it is through our hard work that we stand here today. I am Kate from JC2 Truth, and I am immensely grateful to have the opportunity to deliver the valedictorian speech on behalf of the class of 2025. Today, the story I want to share is not one of success, but one of numerous failures. I hope this story inspires you to look differently at both your failures and successes as we face even greater challenges beyond the walls of this school. Entering secondary school during the pandemic, I felt pressure to succeed in all my endeavors. I buried myself in my academics, letting opportunities outside of the classroom fly past me, out of fear I would not immediately succeed at them. This was even easier during online learning, when hours blurred together as we stayed cooped up in our rooms. But I continued this habit even after we had returned to on-site school. However, as I observed my classmates in school each day, shining as they courageously pursued opportunities to grow their passions, I was constantly filled with awe and gradually realized I had to change. Each failure I encountered on my road to change remains ingrained in my heart. I used to be ashamed of these failures, but now I will share a few. I was rejected from the prefectorial board in Sec 1. In Sec 3, I only received a certificate of participation from my first mathematics competition, while numerous others in my class received awards. I was rejected multiple times when I applied for leadership positions in student-initiated programs. Though I gave my best efforts, I failed to pass the first round of Physics OSN. Despite these failures, in JC2, I established a non-profit organization called Little Candle with the goal to support Indonesian cancer patients, organizing bi-monthly English and science lessons for more than 15 child cancer patients, and a thrift bazaar for the BBS staff to raise money for multiple cancer organizations. At this point, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to my closest friends, Kayleen, Erica, Felice, and Jolene. As you guys reminded me to include in this speech, I would like to take a moment to say, thank you Kayleen, and Kayleen, and Kayleen, and Jolene is the best. Not only were they always incredibly supportive, but the first three were the first members of Little Candle, working with me to build the organization from 0 to 40 members today. Our late night voice calls were escapes from the stress of exams, and our in-class shenanigans made the endless hours of classes bearable. I definitely would not have survived school without you guys, so thank you once again. If I could rewind time, I would tell my younger self to look beyond herself and her self-doubt and focus her concern on others in need. I'd tell her, it is okay to stumble and fall because achievements and success are not essential to helping others, while dedication, teamwork, and the courage to fail are. I think we've all fallen into the trap of comparing our achievements and abilities to others and feeling like we're always falling short. I've realized the best way to think of our achievements is as a tool to help others. Through my years in BBS, the times I truly felt proud of my efforts were when I had used my abilities to positively impact others, evoking smiles in the child cancer patients and BBS staff, and helping my friends with school subjects. I've learned that when we use achievements as a way to validate ourselves, we either grow complacent or endlessly chase an impossible standard of perfection. But when we focus on our capabilities to assist others, they become a source of joy, meaning, and peace. Finally, I learned that it is never too late to take action. It took me till JC1 to gather the courage to apply for the prefectorial board again, and I was accepted. I established Little Candle, thinking it was too late for me to start, not knowing it could grow into what it is today. At any stage of life, never let the fear of being behind stop you from what you want to do. As the saying goes, better late than never. I will forever be grateful for the school's vibrant community of students and teachers for teaching me these valuable lessons. Thank you to all the teachers who have taught me in BBS, especially our JC teachers, Mr. Gopal, Mr. Sheikh, Mr. Rufus, Ms. Maslinda, and Ms. Angita, who passionately led our classes and always inspired us to do our best. I'm especially grateful to all the teachers who patiently answered our doubts, even at questionably late night hours over WhatsApp. Also, on behalf of the JC2 cohort, I would like to thank Ms. Baby for helping us with our uni applications. Thank you to my parents for all the sacrifices you made for me until now, and for always pushing me to be a better version of myself. To my younger sister, quoting your own words, thanks for being the #1 Sigma Rizzler sister I could ever ask for. I will miss all the times you bothered me while playing your terrible taste in music at maximum volume. Finally, I thank God for the opportunity for all of us to be standing here today. In the future, we will face even greater challenges than A-level exams and university applications. We will face job applications, workplace conflicts, and more. I encourage everyone here and everything you do to not think of the possibility of success or failure, but of the opportunity to help others in need, always giving us the strength to move forward. To all my fellow graduates, I've spent many days in awe of your abilities and dedication. I personally think our batch is one of the most hardworking and brilliant in PBS history. I know all of you here have bright futures ahead of you, and I'm grateful to be part of such an amazing cohort. I wish everyone here the best in their future endeavors, and happy graduation.